Well, hello there, everybody. It's time for a craft kit today. Yep, craft kit time. I know, it's great, and we're gonna have a fun time. The kit's called Smittens. I thought it was really cute. I found it at a bargain store, and it just said, all you need is a pair of mittens and this kit, and you'll be able to make something amazing. So I was like, great. Let's go try this bad boy out. Opening the kit up, it has 5 different pieces of felt in red, gray, light blue, white, and green. And then it also comes with buttons and googly eyes and the instruction manual. Now, right off the bat, which I found some super annoying, is that in the instructions it asks for 3 things that the kit does not include. It does not include thread, it does not include a needle, and it does not include felt glue. So thankfully I had this stuff on hand, or else I'd be really upset. The pattern that I decided to do was the flower pattern. Valentine's Day is coming up. Need to make something for my mama Rooney, so perfect way to get that done. And then also, I got gloves instead of mittens, so making an animal wasn't going to really work out that well. So the flowers was just my go-to option. It's very straightforward. First thing I did was just look at the instructions and be like, it's time to cut out some shapes. So I took the red and the light blue and made the circles. I made them, the instruction manual had a template for the size of circles that they wanted you to make, but I found that was way too small. The petals would just be too small around the button, so I ended up cutting them a lot larger. Once I got those all cut, it's time to start making them into flowers. So the first things first, you cut little slits into both 4 corners, well, I guess 4 sides of the circle. Circles don't have corners. And you start rounding out the little divides that you've made until, wha-bam, you got yourself a flower. So once I got the circles made, I took one of the circles and started cutting into it. It's making 4 slits on both sides, and then on the sides that you have left, you cut 4 into there, making sure you have 8 individual, equally spaced sections of your circle. And then with each section, you have to go with your scissor and round out the edge. It's fairly straightforward with what you have to do with sizing to make sure that they look alright, but it was a pain in the ass to get all these cut out. I know, my own fault. I chose the flower pattern, and I should have just expected it not to be easy, but there we go. Got them all cut out, and it was time to move on to the next thing, which was the leaves. It wasn't entirely difficult, but again, they made them too small in the instruction manual, like reference, and a stupid thing that they put on there is make about 10, but on the glove itself, later I found out that you can only use 10, because 5 for each glove, or else it just looks like a cluster mess of leaves. Like, who wants that? No one wants an overgrown garden. You want one that's nicely pruned and nicely placed. And it was on to the assembly, with all the pieces being put together. This process, I'm not great at sewing, so it wasn't entirely difficult for someone who isn't really great at sewing. It was just sewing the buttons on. I just went over a couple times in each hole to make sure that it was sturdy, and it wasn't too bad. Then once I got the buttons sewn on, I went over the whole thing with hot glue, each petal, just to make sure that it would stay down. And then once I got the flowers down packed, I started on the leaves. Of the leaves, I put a dot where the center of my leaf would be, and then once the center was dry, I lifted up each corner of the leaf and stick some more glue, and it turned out alright. Now, Mom, here you are.
They are stunning.
Are they?
They're the most beautiful gloves I have ever had in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Are you just saying that because I have a camera in front of you?
Well, it's so much better than a previous gift you gave me once. I would try them on, but I'm still eating my banana.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Oh no. You need help there.
I don't want to get banana on the glove. Oh wait, look. Oh, wait. Beautiful and practical. Look at that. I am perfectly dressed now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Overall, the process is really straightforward. It's just cutting out shapes and then gluing them together. What I kind of realized throughout the process is that you really don't need instructional manual for this. I think if you just find your picture that you want online, like, you'd be able to do it really easily. And plus, with the lack of materials that the kit provides, you can buy this stuff and it'd be a lot cheaper. I thankfully paid $3 for this kit, but I got really peeved when I checked the box and said that it was originally worth $11. And I was like, good God. First off, the felt is so cheap. You can buy it at a craft store in sheets that are bigger than they provided for like 30 cents a piece. And then they didn't give you needle and thread, so don't even think about that. The amount of googly eyes they gave you and the buttons probably worth like, what, 25 cents? And then the book itself, it gives good instructions, but like, it's a basic project, so the instructions aren't really that hard to mess up anyway. So I'll give that book like, what, $2? It has some pictures, it has some production value behind it, I guess. I guess what I paid for it was just barely meeting what you would spend for it. But that doesn't even include the mittens or gloves, and the needle and thread, and the glue that you have to use. I got a result out of it. That's a lot better thing that I can say than some of the other kits that I've tried. But yeah, not worth it. If you see it, don't get it. Just look up pictures on Pinterest and I'm sure you can figure it out. Announcement. My videos are now going to be posted on Friday. I know last week I posted on Friday and did not give an explanation, but that is because I no longer have time to edit my videos before Thursday. I hope you can forgive me, but I wanted to share that before I said my adieus, my Francoise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!